see. Get this nice in position, nice and comfy. What's up, what's up, what's up? If you are hopping on live, or if you're watching the replay, hey guys. Feel free to comment in the comment section below if you are hopping on live or if you are watching the replay, so I can shout you out. Hey Jackie, what up? Mwah, mwah. Lots of kisses. lots of love. So, how's everybody's evening going? Is it going good? I feel like for me, I've been doing like a lot of like silly things all day. Hey Erica, what up? Hey Gavin. Hey, watching live. Nice. Super awesome. Yes. Alrighty, so heading right in. This is something that I've heard with my clients, that I've heard with biz besties in the entrepreneur world. Hey Godwin. Hey Catalina. And hey Courtney. And it's something that I think we don't talk about enough. And this is the art of the rebrand. So a lot of times when we create our personal brand, we have this mindset of like till death do you part with our personal brand. So that's why a lot of people get stressed when they're creating the personal brand, because they in their mindset is, this is the personal brand I'm going to stick with for all eternity. This is what I'm going to build my whole career and legacy off of. And this is going to be the thing that I'm going to keep building and building and building and building until like I'm in my 80s, 90s, or at, you know, how the health world and technology is working now, maybe till you're 200. So who knows? We might live until we're 200. And so that can feel really stressful, right? Especially for commitment phobic types, that is anxiety prone, super anxiety prone, thinking that you have to stick with one personal brand for the rest of your life. Hey Diana. And so what I want to tell you is, one, you don't have to stick with one personal brand for the rest of your life. Just like we are human individuals and we evolve and we grow, and who you are in your 20s is going to be different from who you are in your 40s compared to who you are in your 60s or 80s. Your personal brand is going to grow with you as well. And so something that's super important and that's super key when you are doing a rebrand, or when you feel in your gut that you're ready for a rebrand, you're ready for a change, you're ready to evolve your brand. Hey Bianca, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to follow these 3 steps. So I broke it down into 3 steps. It's the art of the rebrand. It's if you are in the position and you're about to enter into a rebrand, this is what you're going to do. And if you know of any entrepreneurs who are rebranding or who are thinking about rebranding, feel free to share this video with them. It's going to give them lots of good juices and juicy value. Alrighty, okay, so first things first is one of the biggest misconceptions around rebranding is thinking that you have to start all over with your audience. So this is one of the biggest fears that a lot of entrepreneurs have when it comes to a rebrand, because they think, oh my gosh, I have to build my audience all over again, especially if they're moving into something that's completely different, or so they think, completely different from their current brand. Godwin's like, my pen is ready. Good. Yes. Diana's like, love this topic. Awesome. We'll catch the replay. Yes. Get it, girl. And so what you're going to want to do is, when you are shifting into your next brand, bring your audience with you. So I'm going to repeat that. Bring your current audience with you. This is something that one of my good friends, Jamia, and she's also going to be one of the speakers in the 10-day Build Your Own Personal Brand Challenge with thinkific.com. And she says this all the time, is whenever you are doing something new, tell your audience about that. Bring them with you. Bring them on the journey. Bring them on the story of it. You never know so maybe you're a mindset coach, right? And you decide to become a sales coach or a Facebook ads expert or whatever. You never know what your audience needs. And a lot of times too, your audience is following you. So it's less about following what you do and more following you as a person, and they want to support you along the way. Like for me, I've changed, I've rebranded like so much that it's like the queen of the rebrand. Like I've gone from being an owner of a inspirational blog called inspiremecafe.com. I went to being the owner of a inspirational marketing agency called Inspire Me Communications, where I was doing like websites, to being a fear management business coach, to being like, you know, an influence and PR coach, to being like thought leadership coach. Like I've rebranded like I changed clothes pretty much. And the thing that is so important is to, hey Landon, what up, what up? Hey Godwin. And the thing that's so important while you're on this journey of rebranding and figuring out what you're going to do next is, oh, and I also was a travel writer for a little bit at the Soul Nomad. So that's another thing. So when you're rebranding and when you're on this journey, is bring your audience with you. You're going to want to tell them what you're doing next. And some people are not going to be into that and they're going to peace out. And some people are going to be like, yes, sign me up. Erica's like, that makes me feel better about rebranding. Yes, girl, yes. Like a lot of the people that are following you, it's because they're following you. It's 100% because they're following you. And something that one of my mentors told me, and has really, really been something I've held on to, is a lot of times people, they follow you because of you, and whatever you put out there, whatever products you put out there, services you put out there, or whatever, people will wait around until they find a product or a service that directly fits them. So people will follow you technically even for years until you put out a product that serves directly towards them. And maybe with your new rebrand, that's going to speak to the people who were in your audience and they're like excited. Yes, finally something that, you know, I would love to experience with him or her around this new topic. Courtney's like, so true. Our audiences build trust and rapport with us and also may have many needs. We never know what they need until we share our journey honestly with them. Exactly, exactly. And the more you are authentic with yourself and the more that you are honoring your own journey and your own evolution, the more people feel comfortable to do that for themselves as well, because we all evolve. We all have like our own journeys. Like Madonna, I think she like rebranded herself like 11 times. And that's why she was able to have a long legacy as a pop star for so long, because if she kept doing the same things she did when she started, she wouldn't been able to keep up with relevancy. And this is another thing, and this is like concept number 2 with the rebranding is actually super healthy and damn good for your brand because it actually keeps you relevant. I'm going to say that again. Rebranding is actually super healthy and key to your brand because it actually keeps you relevant. If you stayed in the same brand since you began 10 years ago to like where you are 20 years ago or wherever, like you're going to lose relevance because you're not evolving and you're not growing and you're not shifting into the next evolution of you. And sometimes a rebrand isn't like a drastic change. Sometimes a rebrand is just the next evolution of what you're doing next. Courtney's like, yes, when we shine our light bright and step into our true selves, we show others that it is possible for them too. Yes, exactly, exactly. So next step, as far as the whole like rebranding goes, is you want to immediately step into your next brand. So you made the decision, you're like, the hell with it, I am stepping into my rebrand and I am going to do this new venture, right? So don't tiptoe into your rebrand. You actually have to jump and leap into the rebrand. So tell your current audience what you're doing next. Then you need to do a complete overhaul of your website, your social media channels, your content, and everything you put out there needs to be your new brand. You cannot tiptoe into your new rebrand. You have to jump and leap into your new rebrand. So a lot of times what I hear from entrepreneurs who get frustrated, so if you've ever had this experience where you rebranded what you did and you're still getting referrals or recommendations for stuff that you used to do like a year or 2 years ago, put a heart emoji in the comments if that is you, or if you've ever experienced that where you did a rebrand and for whatever reason, like people just were not getting it, that this is what you're doing now, and they keep referring you for stuff that you used to do that you no longer do. So with that, you have to actually make the leap and you have to jump into your new rebrand. And your social bios, so on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your website, say like you're switching from being a mindset coach to being a sales coach, then everywhere you should have the sales coach keyword like you're plastering it like wallpaper all over. You should put sales coach in your bio, sales coach on your Instagram, sales coach in like your Facebook lives when you say I am a sales coach, sales coach, sales coach, sales coach, sales coach, to the point where it feels like wallpaper on what you're doing next. Because on the internet, like when you are doing a rebrand, subtlety is not your best friend. Like, I'm going to say this over and over again. Subtlety is not your best friend. You want to be very clear, direct, and say it with a loud bang. Godwin's like, you are super great. Thanks. Appreciate it. And what's super key, and this is a quote I'm going to share with you guys, is you decide your positioning by what your message is positioned on. So, you decide your positioning by what your message is positioned on. So if you want to be a celebrity mindset expert, or if you want to be like, you know, like a Facebook ads business advisor or whoever, then you need to put your content strategy and focus your message and focus who you are and focus all your branding and all your programs towards that. Like, you tell people how to respond to you and you claim how people are going to react to you. Erica's like, so do we archive old aspects of our brand, old IG photos that maybe aren't in alignment anymore? You could. That's 100% you could. But personally, what I've done whenever I've done a rebrand, like a big rebrand, so my biggest rebrand was when I shifted from fear management coaching to influence and PR coach. What I did was I still had so for example, I still had all my old photos on Instagram, but I just switched out and just did like a whole bunch of like new photos in my complete new brand. So you don't necessarily have to archive. You could. That works as well. But just making sure that all your new content, all your social media channels, all your website copy states your new brand. Okay. And let me know if that answered your question. So, and the next part, and this is super key. So this is when you're doing like a major rebrand. So you've decided what you're going to do next. You told your current audience, you gave them the heads up so they know that you're moving in this new direction. You did a complete overhaul of all your social media channels, your content, how you show up. Now the next step, and this is like super key, is you want to reach out to people who are in your new industry and do a collaboration with them. So that's going to create, like, whether you decide to do like a challenge, whether you decide to do some sort of like offer or program or wherever, you want to like put the blast out that you are this new, I don't know, like sales coach or mindset coach or like I keep saying, or like branding coach or whoever, and you want to create a collaboration around that and focus around that. And what that does is, one, you're going to be able to get into the audiences of who you're collaborating with. So that's going to help you attract people who are looking for your new service. So a lot of big fears that people have when they're rebranding is the fear of, oh my gosh, now I have to like rebuild my audience from scratch. You don't have to rebuild your audience from scratch. A lot of your audience is going to come with you. But what you can do to help boost the audience that you might lose in the new transition is do a collaboration with someone who's already doing what you want to do and who is in alignment with you, who has like similar vibes and mission as you. And that's going to help you grow your audience in a really targeted way. Godwin's like, I would advise to keep the old stuff because it shows growth and revolution. Yeah, and also too, like we're like I said before, we're always evolving, we're always growing. So it's all part of the process. And hey Vance, what up? So it's all part of the process. It's all part of the growth. So quick recap, and feel free to ask any questions in the comments section below. I'll shout you out, yeah, and answer them. But quick recap is, first one, recap number one, is bring your audience with you whenever you're doing a rebrand, the art of the rebrand. Recap number two is you want to do a complete overhaul of your brand on your whole digital presence. And then recap number three is do a joint venture, like collaborate with someone in the new industry that you want to be in, and, you know, have a good, fun time with them. And that will grow your audience in a really cool, targeted, awesome way. And before we close out, I want to actually share with you something really funny and heartwarming and cool and epic that happened today that I thought would like put a smile on your face and like make you smile. Is I ended up getting a message from one of my good friends. So he has a podcast that's been featured in Forbes, you know, Entrepreneur, HuffPost, all these cool places. He's interviewed like top entrepreneurs and online celebrities, and his podcast is like a really big deal. And so we were talking, and he told me he looked at the opt-in page of the Build Your Own Personal Brand Challenge, and he was looking through the bios of the speakers, and he asked me if I could introduce him to some of the speakers. And and I was like, hell yeah! So I just introduced him to a bunch of the speakers that were in the challenge. And the reason why I bring this up in the first place is your personal brand, like how you show up, makes it so easy for people to refer you, for people to recommend you, for people to want to work with you, and for people to want to collaborate with you. When you have a really epic, clear, and detailed personal brand, it's a no-brainer for referrals. Like clarity and referrals go hand in hand, right? It makes it 10 times easier for someone to refer you out or for you to get an opportunity if you have a clear focus around your personal brand and where you're headed. And so I just wanted to share that quick, like, cool tidbit. Like, it put a smile on my face because I was like, yay, getting to support these speakers. And it also put a smile on a lot of the speakers' faces because they got, like, a cool podcast opportunity just for being them. And so Courtney is like, you have personally connected me with so many amazing people, so grateful. I have a mission to be that person for other people. I was like, yes, yay, girl, yes, keep doing it, do it. Thank you. And so, like, with all of this putting out there is the more you show up as you, the more you show up as your authentic self, the easier it is for people to refer you, help you, do all that good stuff. So if you are struggling in your personal brand, maybe you are at a point where you feel like you're rewriting your copy every other day, you are stressed out around your business, and you're wondering why you can't call in people like you should, or you're at a position where you keep seeing people getting these, you know, these Facebook posts where they're like, I just got featured in Forbes, or, you know, I am officially announcing that I'm having my first TEDx talk, or whichever, and you're wondering why these opportunities aren't happening for you yet. A lot of it comes down to your personal branding. So it really comes down to showing up as the expert in your space. And this is something that we will go over in the 10-day personal branding challenge, where Tayo and I are going to show you our signature personal branding method. And you're going to get influencer marketing strategies from top 10 millennial influencers. Super, super awesome. You're going to learn how to get your first 270K subscribers on YouTube, to landing corporate Fortune 500 clients via LinkedIn, to like getting on TEDx, harnessing your mindset and habits. And you're going to learn all these cool skills, and even like growing your Facebook group or Instagram. And you're going to learn all these cool skills to really create and scale an epic personal brand. So if you want to join into that, and you want to also enter in for the grand prize, which, heads up guys, the grand prize is super freaking epic. By participating every single day in the challenge, you're also going to be entered in to win the grand prize, which is a full scholarship to Thought Leader Academy, which is Tayo and I's 3-month group coaching program that's going to help you put your personal brand in mass media and on global stages. You're going to get 2 90-minute personal coaching intensives with Tayo and me, And you're also going to get 1 year of thinkific.com business plan to help sell your products and monetize your dream. And that's not even the half of it. You're also going to get 3 media features to highlight your personal brand and mission in Forbes, Entrepreneur, and HuffPost. So if you are in 2017 and you're like, man, I would do anything to have like a Forbes, HuffPost, like Entrepreneur featured epic personal brand that's a thriving business in 2018, if that's your goal, definitely do this challenge, because you can enter into win to make that happen, and you're also going to get the strategies to make it happen on your own as well. So click that link, and I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day.